I hear his girlfriend going on and moaning and like stuff like that. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Am I centered? No? Okay, I think I'm okay. So welcome back to today's video. And today's video I'm going to just chill out here, and it's just a story time. I'm just here. That's why I brought my tea with me, because I'm about to sip some tea and give you a story time. Give you once upon a time what happened to me. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you're OD and a returning subscriber, I appreciate you for returning to watch my video. And what else? Just hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. I really would appreciate if you subscribe. I really want you to subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video, comment under, and let's just interact with each other in the comment section. You know, I always respond. And without saying too much, I'll try to make this video as short as possible while giving you the dates. But first of all, that tastes good. Okay, I'm gonna keep that there, and let's get into today's video. So once upon a time I was in a roommate situation, and let me tell you how it all started. First of all, I got a roommate, and she was nice. So I first got a female roommate, and she was nice, and we agreed to be roommates. And then we got a place and we were living there, and then she decided she wanted to move out because she had other things she wanted to do with her life, and that wasn't it for her. So when she moved out, my landlord asked me, hey, do you have any other person who you want to share with? And I'm like, no, I don't have anybody else. But he's like, okay, so do you want me to go ahead and put an ad out and get you a roommate? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not, it's fine. And he's like, okay, do you prefer a female or a male? And I'm like, it doesn't really matter, like I won't be doing anything, or it doesn't really matter actually. And he's like, okay. So he goes ahead and he puts an ad out, and he finds someone, and then it's a guy. So he tells me, oh, so this is the person, blah blah blah, he's gonna come over, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, fine. He's gonna check the place out, the agent is gonna go with him, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. So fast forward, the guy comes, like the place, blah blah blah, pays, and he moves in, right? So he moves in, and it took me like literally like maybe 2 weeks to actually see him again, aside the first day after he moved in. Like we never crossed paths. It was a 2-room apartment or whatever. So anyway, and then he starts, so I never really cared for him. I did not care whatever was going on with his life. We all had a separate lives. We're just roommates and whatever. And we had to share common areas like the living room and the kitchen, which of course I had my furnitures in the living room, as well as I had everything in the kitchen, because the house didn't come furnished. So I actually got everything in the house. And then so he was free to use whatever. Like I didn't care. Like he could sit on my couch, he could use my kitchen stuff. So sorry, I think my battery died, but anyway, let's get back into it. So he shared I didn't have any problem with him sitting on my couch or like using my stuff in the kitchen and whatever. But this is where it got crazy. So not so long after he started living there, he started doing funny stuff. Like aside the fact that I was in school, he would play like really loud music. Like he would blast the music. Like it started with like blasting the music. Like it was so bad. Like, and the walls were really thin, so I could like, it literally sounded like he was playing the music from my room, right? And again, it was not like he was doing it like when I wasn't there. He did it like at night when I'm trying to sleep, I'm trying to study before going to bed. It was just so annoying. And I would text him and I'll be like, hey, can you turn down your music? And he'll be like, okay. And guess what? He wouldn't even like turn it down, or even if he turned it down, it would just be like really little and you could still hear it like super loud. Sometimes I'll have a headache and I'll just want to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. Like, besides that, he also, then he went from playing loud music, which never stopped, and I just got tired of like sending him messages and being like, hey, can you turn your music down, to he started smoking weed. And then I had the bigger room, and then I had like the balcony, like my I had like the sliding door out of the balcony, and he also had, so he could go, he would go to the balcony and he would go through the living room. So it literally was like he was right out at my door, which was the door to the balcony, leading to the balcony, and he would sit down there and he would start smoking weed. And he did it like morning, afternoon, night. He did it like 3 times a day. It was literally like a routine. And then he's like literally sitting at my window and smoking. So and everything would be like inside my room. Like everything would get inside my room, even if he closed the door or whatever. Like I could smell everything. And then I couldn't even say anything. Sometimes I would be like, hey, can you not do it right now in my whole room, or can you cut down a little, because like my whole room smells of weed and I don't smoke. It's not like I have anything against people who smoke, but like you can do it in your room, or you can do it somewhere else, but not the balcony where you know it's like literally you smoking outside my door. And of course he didn't care, or he didn't listen, or it was like he didn't give a rat's ass. Anyway, that wasn't like bad enough. He it got to a point where some days he literally will have his girlfriend over and they will get intimate, and he wouldn't even close the door. Like I remember like one time I literally came out from my room, was trying to go to the kitchen, and I literally have to pass his room to get to the kitchen or whatever, and they were like intimately together, like they were doing whatever stuff, you know, the stuff, and they didn't close the door. And I'm like, okay, you like to play loud music, this is the time for you to literally play loud music so I don't have to hear you doing your stuff. And I hear his girlfriend going on and moaning and like stuff like that, and it's like, oh my god, like how weird is this shit? Like, okay, so I'm walking past and I'm hearing noises, and I didn't look. Like I think the door was open, but I didn't look. Like, but it just felt so uncomfortable. Like I couldn't even like I couldn't even like finish doing, because I was trying to get into the fridge and like try to get something to eat, and I honestly couldn't even stand, or I couldn't even stay in that kitchen any longer. And that's how I literally went back to my room, and I'm texting my friend like, oh my god, the weirdest shit is happening, like what do I do? And my friend is like, oh my god, just play some music, or like, I'm like, I can't hear it from my room, but like I can't go out, because if I go out I can't hear, and it's just so weird. That is another day comes by, and so okay, we have the washer and the dryer in front of his room, like on the hallway leading to his room. So I'm trying to get to my clothes in the washer, and they're at it again. Like this is a different day, they're at it again. And then I'm like, oh my god, like how weird is this? I get there and oh, this time the door is closed. So I get there, I didn't know, and then I'm hearing the girl like making loud noises, and it's like, oh my god. And then I had to leave because I'm like, I just had to leave. I couldn't stay. Like, it feels weird, like someone is getting intimate with their girlfriend and then you're literally outside the door and you can hear everything, and it's just so weird. So I just left the house. This one time, and you talk about like consistent fight, like him and his girlfriend, we get into it, they will fight, and it's be like they're breaking stuff, and it was like crazy. Like one day, it was a Sunday, and I'm just like in my room just chilling, and then I'm in my room just chilling, and then I start to hear like I woke up, but I was just on my bed like on the phone, and then I hear them like yelling. She's like yelling and like shouting and like saying all this. She's like saying all this weird stuff, like, oh, they're fighting about stuff, and it was so loud. Like, I felt like I have no business in this. Why am I hearing this? Why can't I stop hearing this? Like, the other part of me wanted to listen to their conversation, but the other part of me is like, hey, it's none of your business. Like, I just had to play some music just to like just to like block them out, and that's what I did. And then one time we had a hurricane, because we stay in Florida, so it was hurricane, and there was a hurricane, and then I left town. I didn't know if he was gonna be in town. I left town, and I got back, and okay, before that, it's just like, okay, so I have everything in the kitchen, right? I buy the trash bags. I put in everything, and he uses the trash with me, right? He never buys trash bag, he never buys anything. He uses like the dish soap, everything, and he uses my dishes, and like he does everything. And I'm not one to care about that. And he would use the trash, drop things, take things out of his bathroom, trash from his bathroom, put it in the trash in the kitchen, and don't take the trash out. This guy never took the trash out. And I'm like, wait, you're the guy, I'm the girl, like, and I'm doing all this, like, I provide all this. The least you can do is just take out the trash. Like, how bad is it? The trash chute is not so far, you can just drop it over. But I didn't say anything. I'm just like, this guy is so not it. So I get back from my trip, and hurricane is over, and I get back, and the house is smelling of like tuna. Like tuna, like the house is stinking. And apparently he stayed over for the hurricane, and he ate everything he could eat while the hurricane was on, and he didn't even bother when the hurricane was over to take out the trash. He had ate tuna, threw things in the trash, and it's been days, and it was just like the whole apartment was stinking. And I'm like, what the hell? Who does this? Like, how are you living with yourself in this smell? I don't know. Hurricane was out for like a few days before I got back. Like, everything was getting back to normal before I got back, and you still stayed in this smell. I don't know if you couldn't smell it. And you talk about he cannot clean to save his life. Like, I don't know how his room looked like, but then I would clean like the common area, and he didn't even care to even like lift a broom, or like, if he can't even take out the trash, why am I even thinking about him like actually doing some cleaning? Okay, now that I think about it, I actually was just expecting too much, because if you can't take out trash, then I don't think you can even you can't even. But anyway, I digress. What else? He did a lot of weird stuff. Like, one time my sister came to visit, and like I said, I have everything in the kitchen. She came for like a few days because she had like something she needed to do, and it was just like 2 days or whatever. So I said, you can stay at my place, whatever, because he always have his girlfriend over anyway, and I never have people over. So I'm like, okay, you can stay. And then she stays, and one day she's like making something, like, I think 2 days after she's been there, she was making something, trying to get something to eat. And then I think he wanted to also use the kitchen, and then he he just, I think he saw her there and he walked away or whatever. He didn't say anything to me, and then he goes ahead to tell our landlord, and he's like, or the agent or whatever, he's like, oh, so I can't use the kitchen, her family's here. And I'm like, what family? My sister is here, and it's just one time. So what are you talking about? And by the way, it is my stuff. So you went ahead to report me because you couldn't use my stuff that I let you use. The utensils you want to use are mine. So excuse me, sir, what are you talking about? You not being able to use the kitchen. Excuse you, what are you talking about? So he keeps on like doing like weird stuff like that, and then whenever I like try to talk to him, he never listened. But this guy made my life a living hell. Like, he made my life so unbearable. Like, he just found pleasure in like frustrating me. He comes to me and he's like, he sees me and I'm trying to go, and he's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, hey. And he's like, oh, so I have my place now. I'm gonna move out of this filthy place. I have my own space now. It's big, it's blah blah blah. And I'm like, who cares? You can leave right now for all I care. Why are you telling me? I don't freaking care if you're leaving, or like, just go, please. Just, why are you telling me all that? Like, I don't want to know. And he's like, oh, you guys can have your stinking apartment. And I'm like, you made it stinky because you never cleaned up after you. Like, you leave plates in the sink. Like, you were so dang messy. I was just happy he was leaving. But yeah, that was my roommate from hell story. This guy came from hell to actually frustrate me. And after then, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this whole roommate situation. I'm graduating now, and I'm gonna get a job, a better job, and I'm gonna move in and be on my own. I don't want to like have to deal with all that again. Like, that was just very traumatizing. I'm surprised I even like graduated in like with like good grades, like despite that guy trying to frustrate me and like just. But yeah, if you have any roommate situation, or if you've been in similar situation, or if you've been in worse situation, please comment down below so I know your story, and so we just chat up. And if you have any questions, just ask me in the comment section and I'll be free to answer you. And yeah, that's basically my story. Please, if you like story time like this, let me know so in the comment section, so I bring you some tea once every other time, and I have stories and I'll share all my stories with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you've watched up to this point, please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram right here, and my Snapchat right here as well. Follow me and come back for more video. And